Get ready to witness a cosmic marvel that could outshine even the brightest stars, a newly discovered comet on a rapid approach to Earth. But could this be more than just a dazzling light show in the sky? Stick around as we delve into the mysteries of Comet Tsuchinshan Atlas, a celestial phenomenon promising an unforgettable spectacle. In spring, astronomers from Africa and China made a remarkable discovery: a new comet with the potential to be the most significant since Hale-Bopp from the Oort Cloud. This icy mass is steadily approaching the Sun, and by September 2024, it may shine brightly enough to be visible in the daytime sky. Explore the meaning of this unique visitor from the solar system's outer reaches in our Brightest Comet Ever Discovery video. This newfound comet is rapidly approaching Earth and could outshine even the brightest stars. If it continues towards the Sun, it's likely to become the brightest object in the night sky, possibly even visible during the day. Discovered in 2023, the comet was initially positioned about 7.3 astronomical units from Earth, equivalent to 7.3 times the distance between Earth and the Sun. On the night of February 22, 2023, a robotic asteroid and comet early warning system, called Atlas in South Africa, detected it. Atlas is designed to identify near-Earth asteroids and provide rapid alerts for potential threats, calculating their paths swiftly. Atlas not only issues alarms, but also meticulously records all comet and asteroid discoveries, regardless of their distance from Earth. In this case, the Purple Mountain Observatory in China also spotted the comet, and their reports coincided. In China, the comet was initially documented on January 9, 2023. To honor both discovery teams, the comet received the name Tsuchinshan Atlas. Its scientific designation is Comet C 2023 A3 Tsuchinshan Atlas. The naming system for comets and asteroids follows a standard pattern. It begins with a prefix indicating the object's nature. In this case, C signifies a non-periodic comet taking over 200 years to orbit the Sun and following an irregular path. The prefix is followed by the discovery year, 2023, and a letter-number combination representing the discovery time. Each month is alphabetically divided into two sections, with A representing the first half of January, B the second, C the start of February, and so forth. The appended number indicates the order of discovery within that time frame. Thus, C 2023 A3 Tsuchinshan Atlas signifies a non-periodic comet, the third jointly discovered by Tsuchinshan and Atlas in the first half of January 2023. Initially, this celestial object was mistaken for an asteroid, but later observations at California's Palomar Observatory revealed distinctive features, including a dense composition and a shorter tail, confirming it as a comet. With an estimated orbital period of around 80,000 years, this comet holds valuable insights. In March 2023, it was found between Jupiter and Saturn's orbits and has been steadily approaching us at a speed of 290,644 kilometers per hour or 80.74 kilometers per second since then. Discovered 1.1 billion kilometers from Earth, it will take over a year to complete its journey to the Sun, reaching its perihelion on September 27, 2024, at just 58 million kilometers from the Sun. The Sun's gravity will redirect the comet, and it will pass relatively close to Earth on October 13, 2024. The comet's proximity to the Sun can dramatically boost its brightness by 17 orders of magnitude, driven by interactions with sunlight. The critical question is whether the comet poses a collision threat to Earth. Thankfully, current orbital calculations assure us that it will remain safely distant, dispelling any collision concerns. Nevertheless, this visitor could provide an unforgettable spectacle as its luminosity grows, potentially earning its place among the great comets, a rare and extraordinary sight. Prepare for the live celestial spectacle. Currently, scientists are speculating whether this comet will join the ranks of great comets, the brightest and visible to the naked eye from Earth. In the past, some of these comets have shone so brightly and come so close that they graced our skies, even during daylight and twilight. We won't have a definitive answer until autumn 2024, with many uncertainties surrounding this visitor from the solar system's outskirts. As it approaches, we'll uncover more about its nature. Many who recall Comet C 2022 E3ZTF eagerly anticipate the next brilliant celestial object, known as the Green Comet. It graced our night sky from late 2022 to early 2023. Outshine Atlas could surpass it in brightness. Some optimistic forecasts even suggest it might be the brightest comet seen in years, potentially comparable to the radiant spectacle of Hale-Bopp in 1997, captivating us for nearly 18 months. Now, let's track Outshine Atlas as it journeys through the cosmos. Currently, it remains faint, observable only through substantial telescopes, and this isn't expected to change soon. Without a high-powered telescope, patience is key until it becomes more visible. Starting on October 29th, it will appear in the Serpent constellation before moving on to Virgo, including the Serpent's head and the Serpent bearer. If it behaves as expected, smaller telescopes may pick it up in early summer 2024. By late September 2023, it could briefly appear to the naked eye or through binoculars just before sunrise, but whether it will display the typical comet tail remains uncertain. Predicting comet behavior is challenging, with experts acknowledging the difficulty of definitive forecasts. So we await this celestial visitor, ready for surprises. Across many cultures, comets in the night sky signify good fortune and significant events like the birth of saints, coronations, and successful conquests. Throughout history, visitors from the Oort Cloud, like Outshine, have made appearances. The Oort Cloud is a spherical collection of rocks, asteroids, and comets beyond our solar system's outer boundaries, outside the heliosphere's influence, yet still part of our system. Gravitational forces from passing stars or Milky Way rotations can dislodge these icy objects from the Oort Cloud, sending them toward the solar system's center. Some return to the outer reaches, while others orbit the inner regions for years or millennia, drawn by the Sun's gravity and interaction with celestial bodies like planets or the asteroid belt. Initially, the comet's eccentric orbit suggested it had never neared the Sun. While a bright comet is exciting, this revelation may not be ideal. It implies the surface is likely covered in highly volatile substances like frozen nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and carbon dioxide. When these materials vaporize far from the Sun, a distant comet briefly brightens, raising hopes for a dazzling display. However, this initial burst fades over time. However, if current calculations are correct, the comet is actually tracing an elliptical orbit. This suggests it's most likely a visitor to our solar system that has already shed those outer layers through previous passages. The question arises, have all the highly volatile materials on its surface already dissipated? For instance, Hale-Bopp, with a roughly 4,200-year orbit, continuously explores our solar system following an elliptical path. Another example is the comet Erin, which arrived from the Oort Cloud in spring 1957. Despite being a first-time visitor and carrying various substances that could potentially diminish its luminosity, it delivered a mesmerizing display, featuring a radiant 30 degrees tail pointing toward the Sun and a 15 degrees tail. In 2007, Comet Mechnot, originating from the Oort Cloud, dazzled spectators with a remarkable performance in January. It produced an exceptionally large tail, briefly visible next to the Sun during daylight hours. Consequently, we eagerly await the Comet Outshine Atlas, hoping it will provide a similar spectacle next year. Will you be observing the comet's flyby? And do you believe that comets can serve as bearers of good fortune? Feel free to express your thoughts and viewpoints. And be sure to join the RlD Discovery community by hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with lunar revelations and the forthcoming frontier of space exploration. Remember, as we venture into the universe, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. Keep looking up.